Welcome to BERWICK Mitsubishi. My name is Bailey and today I'm going to be talking to you about our Eclipse Cross plug-in hybrid. Now, before I get started talking about this model, which is the ES model, I want to just mention a few things. One of those is being our Diamond Advantage. Included in our Diamond Advantage is three things. Your 10 years of warranty, which is capped at 200,000 kilometers, our 10 years of capped price servicing, which is capped at 150,000 kilometers, and also an additional 4 years of roadside assistance. Now, one more thing that I do want to mention before getting into the car is the battery of our plug-in hybrids have an 8-year warranty, which is capped at 160,000 kilometers. And that's just one of the many benefits of buying a Mitsubishi here in Australia. Now, getting started with the car, underneath the bonnet here, we have a 2.4 litre petrol engine, as well as a lithium battery that has a capacity of 13.8 kilowatts. Now, included in that, both using the petrol and electricity, you do get a range of around 1.9 litres for every 100 kilometres, and purely on electricity, you have a range of 55 kilometres, which is amazing if you are just wanting to do little short trips to the shops and back, or picking the kids up from school, or even just going to work if you work close by. Now, starting with the car, we do have automatic headlights and automatic rain sensing wipers, which is just one of many safety features included in this car. Now, as we move around, we do see a bit of the design, the chrome around the lighting, as well as the black grille chrome Mitsubishi badge, and you may see this bonnet protector as well. However, that is an accessory that you can add. If you'd like to know more about our accessories, you can either visit our website or come visit us at the dealership. Now, moving around, you get to the two-tone alloy wheels, which are 18-inch, with Bridgestone tyres added as well. Moving on a bit further up is you have the plug-in hybrid EV badge, showing that you are driving an electric vehicle. And moving up to the mirrors here, we do have the integrated indicators on the side, as well as your one-touch key. So when the keys are in my pocket, I press this button, mirrors will fold in to lock the car, and when I unlock it, the mirrors are going to fold straight out, making it just a little bit easier for when you're parking at the shops. Now, jumping into the side here, this is also fitted with our plug-in hybrid carpet mats, as you can see here, having the little plug-in hybrid badge. Has your storage space, as well as your mirror just up here, as well as multiple airbags, one seen here and one on the seat as well, which is just here. Now, as I jump out of the car here, you will see the carbon along the doors, which you will see on every single door within the car. Now, shutting that and moving on to the back, just in here, quite a lot of space, as well as a nice little pocket just here, and cup holders and armrests just in the middle here as well, which is really nice. And just under here, I'm not sure if you can see, but there is two plugs here for your charging cables as well. Now, jumping out of the back seat here again, you see the same chrome feature that you'll see on all of the doors. Now, just here is your fuel cap. You do open this just on the inside of the driver's side, but I'll show you that once we're there. And it is just 91, your typical fuel. Moving on to the back here, you see a few things such as your rear sensors to help with parking, as well as a rear camera. And that's just quite a lot of the safety features that you do get. As well as nice big Eclipse Cross badge on the back, Mitsubishi badge, and then another plug-in hybrid badge to show that you are driving an electric vehicle. Moving on to the boot here, very easy to open. While it isn't automatic, it's very light. And to pull it down, there's a nice little handle here, just making it a little bit easier. Again, mentioning the same accessories, we do have a cargo tray here. However, just underneath that, you do get your tire repair kit, your air compressor, as well as your charging cable. And just in here is where you will find your battery for the car. Now, we'll just put that one back. You also do get a cargo blind as well, which makes it nice and easy to hide anything that you need, and also to keep the temperature in. So if you do have anything hot or cold, it'll make sure that it keeps the temperature. Now, moving alongside the car now, again, you have the two-tone alloy wheels, and just up here, is where you will find your charger. Now, as long as the car's unlocked, you'll be able to pop this open just by giving it a single press. And here is where your main charging cable will be. And your other one is for your very fast chargers, which is just on this side here. Now, your average charge will take about 6 to 8 hours to charge just from your wall socket at home, or if you are using a fast charger out at shopping centres or service stations, probably takes somewhere around an hour. Now, moving back into the passenger seat, a few things that I will mention is you can angle the seats just by this little lever up here. You can do it on the other side as well, and this way makes it a little bit more comfortable for your passengers. And the same airbag, if you can see, just on the side of the seat there, just for that little extra safety as well. Now, moving on to the driver's side, you do see the same key start button, which when you press, the car will lock, and when you press it again, the car will unlock, as well as the plug-in hybrid EV badge just there. Now, before we jump into the car, I'm just going to mention a few things over this side, such as your mirror controls, your window controls, and your central locking, as well as your window locking. Just in here, you have your fuel cap, which is just under there, and to open up the bonnet is just here. Now, a few things to mention. You have your frontal collision mitigation, which is one of many safety features that this car does have, your lane departure warning, and your traction control button. And just underneath those, you have your leveling lights, so you can change the angle of the lights, as well as your battery button. All right, now that we're on the inside of the car, I'm going to get started with the steering wheel. Just behind the steering wheel, on the right-hand side, you have your automatic headlights and indicators. And on the left-hand side, you have your wipers and washers, and the wipers are automatic as well. Just in front of that, you do have your paddle shifters, which you can use to change your gears. And then moving on to the steering wheel controls, you have your cruise control, which is on the left here, your speed limiter, and then obviously to set that, all you do is just flick this little button down. Now, moving on to the left-hand side here, you can hang up calls, pick up calls, and speak to your phone if it's connected, or the car's inbuilt voice recognition. And then this little circle up here is all to do with this screen here. The arrows on the side is to skip station or song, and then volume is up and down, and then mode changes it from AM, FM, DAB, and Bluetooth audio, just depending on what you're wanting to use. Now, moving on to this screen just here, actually before I mention that, you do have your start button, which is just here. Which all you have to do to start the car is hold your foot on the brake and press that button once, and then your parking sensor button, which is right underneath that, just there. Now, moving up onto this screen here, you do have a few things in here, starting with your multimedia, which is all of your music, your phone, which when connected you have all your contacts up here, settings, which you can scroll through and change everything, vehicle settings, for the theft alarm, turn signals, and then over here with the plug-in hybrids, this is the main important one. If I go into info here, I can see our energy flow, see what energy we're using, and the total ranges. Energy monitor to see what's being used. Trip shows you your trip distance. One of the main ones that you can use is your charging timer, which I can set it to charge Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, starting at this time and finishing at this time. And also charge amount can show you what your charge history is. And just in info here, it can show you just a little few things such as your air conditioner and what temperatures there are as well. Now, moving on down, you do have your hazard lights here, and just here is your climate controls. So if I turn this on just by pressing AC, we can change the temperatures, and this is where on this screen it's going to show us as well. And if I change the modes, which is just over here, it also shows where the energy, where the airflow is coming from as well. So you have your mode, your front demister, your fan speeds, sync to make the temperatures match, rear demister, and to recycle the air. Well, we're just going to have that off for now. Moving further down here, we have our 2 charging cables, as well as a nice socket here. This isn't a cigarette lighter anymore. Now, the fun bit about a plug-in hybrid is all the modes that it has. Just down here, you do see your gear stick. In order to get into reverse, you drag it to the side and up. In order to get into neutral, you just drag it down to the side. And then to get into drive, you drag it to the side and drag down. And that's how you change all of your drive modes. Oh, sorry, your drive modes. Now, a few buttons that you'll see as well is your save and charge mode. What these modes do is you can either save the battery or use a bit more petrol to charge the battery. And over on this side, you have your EV mode, which is going to rely on purely electricity. That's one of the benefits of driving a plug-in hybrid compared to a regular hybrid, is you can rely on purely petrol, purely electricity, and also using your typical hybrid mode as well. Just up here, you do have your park button. Over here is your drive mode, so you can flick through them all, which is Eco, Normal, Snow, Gravel, and Tarmac, which is your sports mode. And the only mode that you can't use EV on is Tarmac mode. So you can use Gravel, Snow, Normal, and Eco, or in EV mode to give yourself a little bit better range or stability while on gravel or snow. Now, moving just here, you do have your electric handbrake, which all you have to do is working exactly like your regular handbrake, is you press down to turn it off and flick it up to turn it on. And auto hold as well, which every time you come to a stop, if auto hold is on, your electric handbrake will come on, and when you accelerate, that will come off. Now, moving further down, you do have 2 cup holders here, and just in the center console here, you do have quite a large storage space, as well as a little change holder as well. Now, the one things that I'll mention before we finish up is the lights up here, which you can turn on automatically or manually, have it to where if the doors are open, the lights will be open, and then to have the lights always on is just that button there. Now, before I finish off this video, I just want to mention a few more things, starting with the colors of the car. It comes in a white diamond, a red diamond, a lightning blue, a sterling silver, a titanium, and also a black color. This fits any colors that you might have the preference of wanting. Now, if you were wanting to finance a vehicle with us, we do have 2 very experienced business managers, Kevin and Julie, who have a combined years of 15. That way, you know you are going to get the best deal, as we do loan from about 7 lenders. Now, thank you so much for coming along. If you were wanting to visit the dealership, we are located on KANGAN Drive, or if you were wanting to contact us by phone, just type up in Google BERWICK Mitsubishi and the number will pop up right there. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.